Hello, I'm Alistair Charlton, technology reporter for the International Business Times UK, and today I'm here at Campus Party Europe at the O2 to speak with Pru Ashby, who's the Head of Partnerships for Tech City. Pru Ashby is Head of Partnerships for Tech City, and in her role she helps support companies during their foundation and early growth. Pru explained to me how Tech City's relationship with the government has helped introduce changes to make founding a startup easier.
What we try to do, as I say, is listen to the community and feed back to central government. And the great thing is because we are so close to number 10 and number 10 Downing Street actually set up the team, we do have that close interaction. There's a few areas where we've implemented changes, and that includes things like R&D tax credits, so research and development tax credits have gone up. Patent box has just been introduced, which is about profit associated with your IP and your UK business. You only pay 10% corporation tax. Corporation tax is going down generally for all businesses. The Seed Enterprise Investment Scheme is the most favourable tax incentive for investors in the world. And then also we've got the Entrepreneurs Visa, which was introduced to make it easier for entrepreneurs from outside the EU to come and set up their business, create jobs and grow their business here.
And so how could we perhaps improve education to get children involved with this startup craze? You know, we need to encourage them to get into IT in a bigger way, into coding in a bigger way, and into the idea that you can leave school and make your own business, and you don't need much investment to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great point. It's about the future of business in the whole of the UK and training young people to have the skills that the businesses are going to need. And there's a number of initiatives that have actually taken place. So for young children, younger school children, there's things called Code Club, which is now in over 600 schools across the UK, which is about developing the skills of kids to code. There's Apps for Good, which is taking 16 to 21-year-olds and over a week training them to develop an app supported by Facebook. And then as people get older, and you say about actually making entrepreneurship acceptable, there's a scheme called Entrepreneur First, which actually takes the top graduates from the top universities and says to them, rather than going to work in a big corporate and in big investment bank, we will support you and mentor you to become entrepreneurs. And the first cohort of that has just completed, and the combined companies that these young entrepreneurs set up are worth £15 million. So that's been really, really successful in inspiring young people to become entrepreneurs.
How can we encourage women to take a more active interest in technology and in startups?
It's about actually appealing to women as well. Women are much more interested in, say, technology related to the healthcare sector, related to education, and related to those sort of areas, because that's the way women are wired to be concerned about those areas. So I think that's where we see more women going into. And we'd love to encourage them in any way we can.
A couple of companies in Tech City, Minecandy being a prime example, are probably quite close to raising an IPO and floating on the stock market. How do you keep the company in the UK and in London and stop Minecandy and others going elsewhere, going to Silicon Valley?
Yeah, I mean, what we want to do is support those kind of companies, those amazing companies, in their growth to be successful, global success stories for the UK. What we've actually been looking at is how we can support them appropriately, and we've come up with a few things. Firstly, there's the Future 50 programme, which is a programme that was initiated by Tech City, and it's about supporting those companies and maximising their growth by providing a suite of services, both government support services and other support, to actually ensure that they grow to the maximum of their ability, and then ultimately IPO in London and support that. Secondly, there's the high growth segment that was created as part of the London Stock Exchange to specifically support high-tech companies from the tech sector, the digital sector, life sciences and so on, that prepare them and give them a great platform to actually ultimately list on an IPO on the main stock exchange.
Does Tech City need a major company to come out of it? Does it need the next Facebook or the next Google to say it's been a success? Or would it be okay to have a lot of medium-sized companies who are doing very well but perhaps aren't household names?
I think it absolutely goes without saying that to have a company as a global success story, IPO here, that came out of Tech City and came out of the UK would totally benefit what we're trying to do.
And sort of getting the Tech City message out there to the wider public. I mean, if you said to someone, what is the city or what is Canary Wharf, they'd say that's the financial district. Do you want to get to the stage where you can say, what is Tech City, what is Shoreditch, what is Old Street, and they say, that's where technology companies come from?
I would like to say we're there already. I mean, certainly when I get approached from organisations around the world, they definitely know about Tech City, and they definitely know that there's the heart there of developers and talented people. And we've got companies from all overseas, whether it's Twilio, whether it's Airbnb, Yammer I mentioned, whether it's Google setting up their campus, whether it's Amazon that I mentioned, and whether it's companies from all over the world that actually want to be here because they recognise that they can get the talent that they need here.
And just finally then, the future of Tech City, let's look, say, 5 years down the line. What will we have here? Will we have some household names? Will we have some major IPOs? But also, is it something that the government or any future governments will remain as committed to? Or is it something that once it's sort of up and running, it'll be left to try and get on with things itself?
At the moment, we are committed to supporting the cluster and promoting it around the world, and we will continue to do that. In terms of the future, in terms of big names, I would love to see a few companies being global success stories and being globally recognised. I'd love to see some billionaires coming out of Tech City or out of the UK, and I'd love to see the continuation of people being attracted to come and be here, work here, set up their businesses here and grow their businesses here.
That's the target, to make some billionaires.
Yeah.